How's the posture?
We're inside today, guys. G'day.
Yeah, indoor show, raining at Randwick, raining at Canterbury, but that rain should cease and desist. Probably end up with about 1.5 inches of rain, which, if everyone wants to tell you what a bog it is, of course, that track will be slow tomorrow. And
won't be heavy?
well, I call it heavy.
Okay. It is winter. It is summer.
Yeah. Of course, you know, if they didn't actually water the track would be good. But that's
That's another little. Yeah.
Let's just accept that that's the way it is. So, what a card! Oh my God, Glenn!
Yeah, thick and juicy.
You've been like this for weeks now, and then you get a card like that, and where to look? Where do you start?
Yeah. Looks a good meeting, guys. Looks a really good meeting. Looks a good meeting for mounting our mail. Of course, I'm going to spruik that, but wet track, bit of give, and all this dry track form coming in. It looks exciting.
And all Rose Hill form as well. Yeah, it's massive. There's going to be so many angles, and I must admit, I'm going to be paying attention to mounting yard mail. That's not a spruik, that's just complete honesty. I'm going to need a little bit of assistance here to
sort out which Christmas bank. Christmas bank.
And Glenn's going to announce that there will be a mounting yard mail on Boxing Day as well as the New Year's Day holiday, 2nd of January. So,
so the two public holidays are Mondays after the Saturdays. So, going to do the mounting yard. Gord's going to come out and send them out. It's unusual for me to do it them days, but they'll probably be good cards, and people will be on holidays and you want to bet, blah.
Exactly. Well, the race 1 on Saturday on a normal rail, so we can expect wide draws and off rails to perhaps be the way to play it. It's a highway over 1,200 metres, and the market sees Absolute Ripper trying 1,200 metres for the first time at $3.80. $3.80 also Isla Tristana, her victor the other day. $7 Tiger by the Tail from that hot Danny Williams stable, $8.50 Don't Doubt Her, who's also trying to get in the English race later on, and that's pretty much it for the market. We've got an early scratch in number 10 Zazudio at this stage. Obviously Absolute Ripper will be part of the speed. I had Trades Hall for Dini Pena being thrusting forward there. Yours, Mine, Ours, blinkers off, but is another contender for on speed. Denial Charges from the deep could press forward, and Freestanding would like to be handy. And we saw Mr. Bon Jove spring out of the gates the other day with the blinkers back on, and
he was particularly firm in the market at $71 there at one stage. What are you laughing at?
He did something radically different.
Yeah.
You know, it was like later on in the card something else did the same thing. That Mayor of Bjorn's Rwinda, blinkers back on, bang! You know, straight into it. It's very positive looking.
Well, should give you a deduction tomorrow on mounting yard mail and take off. What's 100 divided by 9? 11%? Because this will be on top, and it's absolutely unbeatable. Isla Cristina, I tipped it the other day. It did the job. Sure, it only won by a head, and sure, you know, it's a great ride by Timmy.
So we're starting with a moral, Glenn.
It's absolute certainty from mounting yard mail already. It is a wet track prototype. It will swim. It will win by 3 to 4 lengths, and there is no fucking dangers.
Sebrings, they're stamped those, aren't they? They're scuzzy but perfectly suited in those conditions.
Little outboard motors they are, and this is a prototype. Like, the wetter it gets, the more it rains, the more of a certainty this is. It's unbeatable. It'll win the first. You don't need mounting yard mail the first. It'll definitely be on top because it won't change the condition.
I mean, you can get the races late. Once you just
start race 2,
play on fair.
Yeah, there you go. Mounting yard mail coming out race 2.
Do you want me to send it out now?
Send it out now. Get on today at $3.80 and $3.50. It'll start $2.70 and it'll bolting.
Gord, you with or against or on the fence?
Against. I thought number 3 Absolute Ripper's run was far superior last start when they were against each other.
Because why?
Even bigger.
Because like it had the tougher run, like Ola Christina got Moses in the Red Sea, didn't it?
Yeah, it did a bit.
Yeah.
So that was 1,100 metres on a good track. Tomorrow I want to bog over 1,200.
Well, this is why I said I'm going to take notice of particular notice of mounting yard mail tomorrow, because I'm going off form. Off form, that run was better.
I'm telling you now, you've got a pair of kings. But I promise you, I've got a pair of aces.
Okay. And the other one, I thought there was only 2 hopes in the race before Glenn scared me slightly there, and that was also number 14, Don't Doubt Her, which is a horse that might just have a little bit...
Go, Robert!
I know. Robert. Well, I'm actually saying positive jockey change as far as coming to town is concerned, because it had Taylor Marshall on it.
Isn't
town
it
last time.
sickening
So.
watching a horse?
Yeah, I agree with you. Look, the only thing that can beat Isla Cristina is that form could be really, really bad. I know it's the lead up form, it's lead up form, but the times were particularly poor. So I did go looking for something to pair up with Isla Tristana, who I was very keen on the other day, and that's Don't Doubt Her, who has had the freshen up. She had the blinkers on up at 1300 last time, and she has been freshened up, comes back to 12, and just might be strong late there.
And backslap, does it run since?
Yeah,
It's walked through quite impressively. Yeah.
Not surprised at one.
I
must have missed that one.
Yeah, I just don't think there is anything else in the race.
I'd suggest you won't have to make a decision anyway, Mark, because Don't Down Her's never run on a slow track, so they mustn't.
Oh, look.
They mustn't what?
They mustn't what?
Well, I'm not sure. I didn't check whether she'd ever been scratched because of a slow track, but it seems strange that to never have had a run on a slow track. It implies to me that they don't think she goes on it. So.
Oh, not really. It's a 3-year-off lead. It's 6 starts.
Yeah.
It's two preparations. It's been dry.
It's not impossible. It's not impossible what Gord is saying. That's the highway, and Glenn is all in. Chip's all in there.
I'm telling you, it's unbeatable.
So it is perfectly suited in so many respects. Race 2 is a mile race, and Rustic Melody's going around tonight at Canterbury. So at the moment we've got $3.20 Renewable Heart, $4.40 Mower, $5.50 Unbiased. Gord will be able to give us a line on that. $10 More Than Fabulous, $15 Metallic Crown, $21 Final Decision Manhattan Sun, $26 Colin Lil, $67 Just a Blur, Golden Switch horse there. Mower gets out, and Metallic Crown for Bowman draws outside and could make some sort of nuisance to give Redoubtable Heart cover, the stablemate. Unbiased looks to posse up on the fence, and that's pretty much it for the speed. Gord, I'll go to you first. What happened to Unbiased last week?
Well, I obviously was very keen on it, and
Looked great.
we found in the yard too. I just think it's the myth of a horse. You talked last time, Mark, about what it did last preparation, and the fact that you thought it might be an overrated horse.
Yeah.
Well, I'm agreeing with you now. Yeah.
Well, it's got that one win, which is outstanding, and the other runs are,
It's funny, the horses that beat that day were Leader and Mr. Darcy, and they're in the, like...
never to be.
The upper game.
Myth.
I was going to say the gay word, like... I'm trying to be a bit more politically correct. I've turned over a new leaf.
So, Glenn, the other day Moa was a millions after they jumped.
Yeah, that's
he
right.
went back in distance and he got led.
Yeah.
It would appear that he has no competition for lead. He can have a horse
What do you
outside
mean?
him.
Wake up Metallic Crown, attack him.
Well, he can attack him, but it's not like you'd imagine that Moa assumes the lead and Metallic Crown makes a decision as to whether to put the pressure on. But he still controls.
Yeah, but you just... Oh, okay, I thought you said he had no competition for lead. Well, Metallic Crown drawn wide. It's also... I mean, it's Waller. Waller's got the...
But it's a bit obvious, isn't it? I mean, the stewards are entitled to ask a question if they see that, aren't they?
Yeah, they might fine him $30 for that. He has a bit of a green light, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's given himself up for all time as having a green light.
Well, I don't think Mo was very well suited here at all.
I didn't either.
What? Mile too far.
Yeah.
Wet track no good.
Randwick, not Rose Hill.
Deep into the trail. It's just it is suitable in many respects.
It's a touch beaten up.
Okay, so does the favourite have all the aces here, Glenn?
Is the favourite number 5?
Is the favourite number 5?
Yes, it is.
I don't know the markets. It's third up. It's got Blake, and no one's in better form than Blake. A little bit of a problem with the Redoubt's Choice. Some of them don't really get through the going, but it's got to be top pick. But then getting away from that, a couple of other little tricky. Your Rustic Melly's running tonight, you say?
Yes. Yeah, I went to her, but I've lost her. So.
Yeah, she was my roughie with a chance in this race, but no point talking about scratching. Number 5 here, I reckon, is a certainty.
I'm tipping 5. Couldn't say certainty because of the breeding.
The wet is a question mark, but I think if you look at its previous sort of wet starts, that was a different life. I spotted this horse at the trials.
It's pretty gelding.
Yeah, this is just a new horse. I think it's just clearly the best in the race. I said after its trials that it was going to have a great prep and keep on winning, and I think it will do that tomorrow.
I think Blake's back. Blake's really focused and back.
So what about More Than Fabulous for Dean Pena? Like
PR to get in third the other day?
Well, but it does that. It's a horse that can do that. And you remember the race it had shot the bit so well he just grabbed it late at Rose Hill. Looks a very similar looking race.
It's a very poor style of horse. Is it in the market?
It's $10.
No, I couldn't make it $10 because it's David Payne, it's Dee coming from behind, it's drawn on the inside. Yeah, sure, it fits in there, but not for me.
Yeah, it just fits in there.
I'd back Final Decision before I back Northern Pebbles.
7-day back up there, Final Decision. Just a blur, I've taken $67. Drew Gate won the other day and draws out. He goes in. Hayward to T England, had a run back in town. Right, look, it's a low scrubber, but it just seemed
Juicy little race.
seemed a bit long there. That's race 2. We then come to the Inglis 2-year-old race. $500,000. And we've got a bit of a management situation here. We're in the squeeze, Glenn. We've got the dogs on one side and the kids on the other.
But the planes and the cicadas aren't here today, so it's all green go for us.
Right, 1,000 metres and a cracker of a race.
It's a cracker of a race.
And we found an even money chance somehow. $2 She Will Reign, $4.80 Vinland, $7 Shaker, $9 Stablemate Serena Bay, $18 Sebring Express, last up went at Wyong, $21 Calligrapher, long odds the others, and we've lost Should Have Been at the stage.
Game Waterhouse with the horse that's won 2 races in a row, one of them on a city on a Saturday, goes into the race, it's $9.
Yeah, but I mean, when I saw that price, I went, yeah, you clever bastards, it's legless.
I know, but I'm just saying what we got.
I know, it's outstanding, isn't it? It is outstanding. When you see that scenario, you go, well, this is game on, isn't it?
I haven't even seen the look of this favourite number 8. You know, it's got the big margin, ran the hot time and went like a rocket, but it goes from the good to the heavy. It goes from barrier 6, the outside marble, to barrier 2, stuck down the inside. I can't imagine I'll be winning on it, but where do I go? I was more impressed with the stablemate. It's $18 Sebring Express.
It was very impressive last week.
Went like a rocket.
Yeah, on the 4-metre rail at Wyong, it didn't really have an advantageous position. But Glenn, let's just talk about this favourite. So she runs at Kembla, and then 7 days later she goes into the $500,000 race. Was that the plan?
I don't know if it was, but did they know it was going to go that good? And also, even though it won by 8, it was soft, and it's $500,000. If you and me owned it, what do we do?
I know, but I mean, this is a race that lots of trainers put a lot of thought into how to attack this race.
Okay.
And has Gary actually given this race any thought?
Yeah, I think he's aimed this horse at it.
All right, so the plan was to go 7 days ago.
Yeah, I reckon he went in slightly soft 7 days ago just to get a peek into this particular race.
Because I'm
quite confident.
Holy fuck, it just went amazingly.
Like an absolute rocket. It's clearly the best horse in the race by a country mile.
Well,
Interesting.
The beautiful thing about it is the second favourite's a pen job.
Yeah. What about the jockey choice, eh?
Sorry, the second favourite is in Vinland, the male.
Well, it's the Melbourne form.
It has trial here.
Yeah, we just go to the red pen. We've been selling the red pen for months now.
By the way, Snowy had a good tweet the other day about Michael Friedman runners.
Red pen.
I think, I reckon they're getting it ready for the Blue Diamond. Is that why they put the Melbourne jockey on it? Is this like they want him to ride it down there or something like that? Because it seems like a strange booking, doesn't it?
It does. But anyway,
it's a good thought.
Well, but maybe she was an afterthought, and therefore he needed to scrounge around for a jockey. Because this is big bickies. Remember, Bjorn used to make a habit of just taking home this money.
Would have been exciting.
He won this race with Twilight Glow when it was run at Warwick Farm. And this is the Chance Buys race as well, of course. And Extreme Choice won this race last year.
Who's going to be the best horse in the world?
Well, yeah, at times. Sheikah, Glenn, she was perhaps in the wrong lane at Kembla.
Yeah, possibly in the wrong lane.
Looks a hot race because, of course,
Sebring Express came out of that race. Yep. Yeah, and she beat it 4.
She comes home. She's got T. Clark. She's
Sebring.
She's going 900 to 1,000. Unlike the Stablemate's going 1,100 back.
Yep. Yeah. I prefer Sheikah to Serena Bay, and looks a nice horse. I mean, my numbers here were 8, obviously on top, but we'll probably lose on it. I know that doesn't make sense to a lot of people to beat 9 and 7.
Yeah, the only horse I'm interested in backing is number 8. It's about what price I'm willing to take.
What price are you willing to take?
I'm going to be betting late, and I'm going to have a look at the way the track's playing. We're going to have a look and see if she's a wet type in the yard.
Okay, so let's say she ticks those boxes.
Even money.
Take $2?
Yeah.
Okay, you take $2. See, I would struggle at $2 because I struggle with it. I can't take $2 myself.
This show's got it all covered. We've got the long end and the pointy end.
We do have the long end of the pointy end. I suppose that's why people watch it.
And it's Mr. Middle Me here. So that's the Inglis race. Race 4 is a 1200 metre fillies and mares race.
Juicy race.
16 acceptors. We've lost, what have we lost so far? Hijack Hussey. And the speed looks to be gentle. Upscale draws gate 1 for her first assignment at 1200. Butterboom is second up off a failure in Brisbane, will be handy. Yuma Desert will also be, it's drawn to actually race where she wants. Kinsashi is just behind the speed. Press Report won't be too far away. And Imposing Lass has enough speed to be there. A late scratching 2 weeks ago. She makes the races tomorrow. The market reads, somewhat surprisingly, $4 to me, $4.60 Kinsashi. Upscale is $6.50. They've taken the sword to her. $8.50 Magic Alibi. $10 Yuma Desert. $10 Heady Heights. $13 Imposing Lass. $15 is Press Report, Madotti, and Way Too Good. It is juicy.
Lots of horses I'm interested in this race. Lots of horses, especially from the mounting yard.
Why don't you start with the horses you aren't interested in that are in the market?
Well, it's hard to be interested in upscale sitting there in barrier 1. It's gone like a rocket. It's been up forever. It's 1200 for the first time. How's it going to win from barrier 1?
Yeah, it looks a lay. But they've already laid it, haven't they? They've already got it out 6.
I reckon the favourite, you say 15 is the favourite, it's got to be a lay. You only just get past an Avua Miss, which can't run out at 1250 metre race at Canterbury. Like, seriously, that's not fair.
So, well, what's the go there? Because someone's decided that it should be favourite.
No, close to Divine Mr. Hardy. They're going up Melbourne for.
Imposing Lass, quality horse, first up, 190 days off. We need to have a look at it. Heady Heights, well, while it looked like it failed the other day, could it have done any more the way the tempo was?
No, it was a tragic race for those horses, a complete forgive race.
Yuma Desert from barrier 8, he looks to get complete control.
Haven't you had enough? Chewed
Yeah,
up,
but she's
spat
just
out.
PR again, that's what you're saying, isn't it?
PR again tomorrow at $10. Shin out in the middle.
I've had
Cheap
enough
mating
of the
everybody.
horse.
It's $10, it's not like it's $4, mate.
Well, I want 20s.
Okay, fair enough. And Way Too Good, a horse I really need to have a good look at in the yard and find out a bit more about it, you know?
Yeah, even Golden Switch, they're Way Too Good.
Yeah, and you know, one of the better wet trackers in the race was Tree of Jessie, the younger horse, and like...
Well, she bled 2 campaigns ago and she's been struggling since. I don't know whether that's a key.
Yeah.
But Bowman booked. And Press Report, she's only had 1 run for Chris Lees and she couldn't have done any more in that race.
Yeah, that was a decent run.
Every run that she's had around with 1200 has been solid as.
Yep.
And has trialled her since the last start.
Look, and like, you know, a talented horse. At the moment I'm tipping Yuma Desert each way at the $10. I think it's PR again. It's got Shin. If Shin's in front, I want to be on Shin.
Well, McAvoy in front is my go-to these days. I'm just loving him on front runners. But, well, I'm interested in 2 horses in this race, number 4 Imposing Lass and number 5 Heady Heights. You want me to just talk about Heady Heights, Mark, and then you can talk about Imposing Lass?
We know Heady Heights is going to look magnificent. Right? Great first up.
Yeah, Forgive Run first up. Its only run on this particular track was against Danish Twist, where it got beaten by 2.3 lengths and was actually rather unlucky. That was over 1400 metres as well. I actually prefer this over the 1200 metres. It's got some serious dash about it, and I just want last crack at them.
Okay.
You know, last crack at them. So I'm going to need some luck, but because of the price, I'm happy to take it. About $10, $12, something like that, Mark. Or?
Yeah, it's $10.
Yeah. And number 4 Imposing Lass. I think we mentioned it on the review last time, didn't we, Mark? That this could be trained for shorter courses. This preparation.
Yeah. Look, I made the comparison with Lamosti. Remember, Lamosti came back from her VRC Oaks run as a late 3-year-old filly and just dazzled them down the straight a couple of times. I'm suggesting that Imposing Lass will show more dash than you may think, and I'm in her corner there. I don't think there's anything else to mention.
No. I'll say Imposing Lass did come out in front in the trial and then get restrained, which is a good sign.
Will we get into this Christmas Cup?
Yep, we'll do the Christmas Cup because it's Gord's favourite race on the card. 2,400
metres.
metres.
We'll have a break for the quaddy.
2,400 metres, $5.50 Iggy Pop. $5.50 Beyond Thankful. I've missed the favourite. It's $5 Soviet Courage. $8 Danger. $11 My Psychiatrist. $11 Index Linked. $15 Not a Gypsy. And I missed $9 Destiny's Kiss.
Oh, and Destiny's Kiss, it won't be $9, no. It'll be closer to $5, Destiny's Kiss.
Yeah, but there is still an amount of resistance to Destiny's Kiss, wet or dry these days. It's like just had a gutful no matter what.
Yeah, but it just won't be $9. I'm not saying I've had a gutful.
Yeah, no, that's your prediction, and that's a reasonable prediction. As far as the speed is concerned, my psychiatrist gets the 2400 very quickly, and I have her in the van. Iggy Pop won't be far away, and I'd suggest Not a Gypsy will be ridden positively. Soviet Courage was ridden back off them the other day. He doesn't have to be, and I guess the option will be to race closer. I got to this race and I went, okay, where's my 2400 metre form? And
Soviet Courage.
It's Soviet Courage, but they're asking us to take $5. It was 40s on the fair the other day, Glenn.
It looks topic though, doesn't it?
Dan Jur did run short of them the other day, had its first run back in Sydney, and I'd suggest I can shade Soviet Courage with Dan Jur.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but...
And Soviet Courage is like, it's all Rose Hill 2400.
I'm looking more at 4 goes in the heavy Soviet Courage for 3 wins and a third, and the other horse you're mentioning, Dan Jur, 9 goes in the wet for 1 win, and only on a soft track. I mean, there's that query. One horse swims, one might.
And it may or may not be a swimmer's track.
I'm thinking Baltimore, boys.
I think it'll be something for everyone.
There is something for everyone, especially in this race. What are we sending you, $33?
No, I'm going to have something on number 12, Spanish Sky. So I get like 50 to 1 or something like that.
Won't do that, but why? Just
right stages of prep. I had the 2100 metre run last start, and I think all these stayers that are just running around all the time, the sharp end of the market is too well found, and
a little bit of DF.
And DF, yeah.
Big hello to season viewer Kieran Varley, who says lay Iggy Pop in this race. He's quite good with this. In fact, it's the only race he concentrates on. So he's stuck his neck out there. I have to say that you look at the lead-up race. Beyond Thankful run second, Iggy Pop's run the shortest and run third. The 2000 metre race a fortnight ago, and you just go, oh well, I suppose so. But
I was 7-2, boys, and I didn't find much, and I suppose I'll have my usual 300 or 400 place on Demeister at $15 and watch it run 4th or 5th.
That's the front half of the Randwick card. We'll be back shortly with the quaddy legs from Randwick.
Yeah. It's Mum.